Anytime you're feeling lonely, anytime you're feeling blue, anytime you feel downhearted, that'll prove your love for me is true. Anytime you're thinking about me, that's the time I'll be thinking of you. So anytime you say you want me back again, that's the time I come back home to you. I got a little cold. I got a little cold. I have a guest tonight. I'm going to bring him on in a second. I think. I think I have a guest tonight. Verse 2. Anytime will be the right time. Anytime that all will do. So anytime you say you want only my love, that's the time I'll come back home to you. All right, that's Happy Happy. That's that song by Happy Lawson. Herbert Happy Lawson. Let's see, are there any guests? No, there's no guests at the moment. Let me invite a guest. Let's see if that works. Copy. Oh, now it's gonna turn into. Oh, you're there. Oh, but I don't see you on the link. Hey, let me see if I can bring you in. Hi, Drew. Um, why are you not showing up as a guest? Here, I'm gonna have to send you this. Excuse me while I send this text. You're gonna have to respond to this as a text. Anytime you say you want only my love, that's the time. That's the time I'll come back home to you. So I texted you the link again. Drew, my friend Drew Valins, is gonna hop on tonight. Maybe he'll be a guest again next week because we realized apparently there's a debate or something. Some people are going to be debating something tonight. They're going to be debating. Anytime you're feeling lonely, anytime you're feeling blue, anytime you feel downhearted, that'll prove your love for me is true. Anytime will be the right time, at a time that all will do. So anytime you say you want only my love, that's the time I come back home to you. Oh, there you are. I took all kinds of drugs, so you don't have anything to worry about as far as there he is. Add to there. You've been added to the stage.
Anytime. Go ahead and continue with the song, though.
Um, don't can you do you want to turn your phone sideways so that we're there we go. So now we're in symmetry.
We like symmetry. Anytime I'll take myself away, I'll come home, baby.
Oh, we
You have a cold.
yeah, I woke up with a cold last night. Yeah. Can you talk
Oh
up a little
wow,
bit? It's kind of quiet.
that's crazy. Can
Yeah.
you hear me or not that great?
Not that great. Yeah.
That's weird. I don't
Oh,
like
it could
that.
be no. It could just be the volume on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the No Show. Hello, this is the No Show. Welcome. It's been quite a while. Yes, but I wanted to bring my friend Drew on, who has written an amazing play. And all right, why don't you pick a spot? Can you pick a spot?
Is that your nice way of saying just be still, child?
Yes, it's my nice way of saying you're making me dizzy.
I wanted to sort of show where I am, but okay.
Yeah. Oh no. Show where you are.
So
Show.
I'm at this theater space in the East Village called the Wild Project,
Uh huh.
where we're doing our show, which opens on Thursday night of this week,
Very
and
nice.
this is the lobby, as you can see. There's Michaela at the desk there.
Hi,
Where there's a
Michaela.
bar.
This is welcome to the No Show, everybody. I have a guest tonight. It's Drew Valens, the playwright and actor. But in this project, he's the playwright. You should go see his play. It opens in 2 nights. It
Right.
opens in 48 hours.
Oh my God.
Lakeplay. at the Wild Project on East 4th Street. Is that where it is?
East Third Street. East Third Street. Here's the
East 3rd Street.
information. Right, 195 East Third Street.
195 East 3rd Street.
Wild
Cool.
Project. It's called Lakeplay.
Lakeplay. All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
I saw the play. I saw the reading of it. I think that was a year ago
Yeah,
or 8 months ago.
watch a year ago.
Yeah, and this is the first time it's getting a full staging.
Exactly, and I was kind of thinking that maybe I'll jump back on, like maybe next week if you'll have me again if I do good today.
Yeah, if you behave yourself, that could happen.
Yeah.
Let me pause and say hello to Mary, and say hello to Dawn. Dawn says she loves all the art on the walls in the lobby there. Hello, Mary in Chicago. Hello, Dawn. My mom popped on to say that she's going to watch the debate. She's not watching this. All right, no problem.
You can't do both. Your mom can't multitask.
No, but you and I can debate. Let's debate the issues.
Okay.
No, let's not do that.
No.
Yeah. So, do you want to say a word about the play, or do you want to talk about? Do you want to say what it's about? Just let's say, hey, what's up, Dave in L.A.? I'm talking here with my friend Drew.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's a play. It's a love story. So I started writing it during the pandemic, and I've been an actor my whole life, but I've been in the theater, and I've been like writing. I mean, I've been, working on the plays of these great dramatists, and Shakespeare and Václav Havel and all this stuff. And
I have not heard of them. Are they good?
They're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they're okay. But I started writing my own, and now I have my own play. Anyway, but it's a love story. I call it it's a love story, thriller, horror, comedy, mystery. It's
so it's every genre. It's
every genre.
Omni-genre.
Omni-genreific. But yeah, no, really, it's a love story with a modern twist, and it takes place during the pandemic, and it's about a couple, and
Is there any nudity? People love nudity.
There's a little bit of male behind.
Oh, male tuchus.
Male tuchus.
Okay, very good. That's good to know. All right.
Yeah. But there's a lot of implied nudity because they have clothes on, but they're naked under those clothes.
Got it. Oh. Yeah, that's interesting. And they're emotionally naked.
They are. Yeah.
So there's implied tuchus. There's some actual tuchus.
Mm-hmm.
The play is called Lakeplay. It's at the Wild Project on East 3rd Street.
Yeah, and it's called Lakeplay because this couple during the pandemic who live in Brooklyn, just like around May 2020, if you can all put your minds back to where you were then, get this tip to get out of town. They get this tip of a friend of a friend of a friend knows about a cabin in like the Adirondacks region of New York, and they go to this. They go for a whole month. They get like a really cheap deal, and they go for a whole month. It's still pretty cold up there, so the season hasn't really opened for like tourists and stuff. But it's pandemic time, and they get this cabin on this beautiful, huge, gorgeous lake, and they plan to stay for a month. But when they meet the caretaker of the cabin, things just start to take a turn, and this couple goes through sort of a kaleidoscopic adventure. Where things happen, and in the way that plays work, that there's conflict, there's connection, and at the end they've come to a different place. So I don't want to say much more. Yeah, I'm trying to find that right way of like sort of talking about this play.
No spoilers, but I guess one other thing, just that.
I can give you a sneak peek into the room. Do you want to see
Was that a vocal warm up? What were we seeing there?
Well, this is what you're hearing is they're in the theater right now doing light cues now.
Oh, I see. Cues. Okay, yeah. Show us a little bit of the interior of the theater, and
I will. Yeah. I'll give you a little sneak. We're still in process of building the set and stuff, but I don't know how much you can see.
Because we'll feel better.
Oh, I know him. That's the director.
So just go ahead and walk up the steps.
Nice.
So it's not something you have to.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
Looking good.
Beautiful 90-seat theater, and we're working hard to get the word out. As a new playwright, I don't have like this huge name under my belt where but we've got a beautiful theater and a lot of momentum. So
Cool.
yeah.
All right. So all right, I'm gonna sorry about my situation tonight, but I know the play also deals with some issues of decisions around childbearing, having kids, not having kids, and a really unique take on it, like
Yeah.
from the male point of view, because a lot of times the discussion is about the woman's ticking clock or the woman's reproductive health and all of that, and I guess there's been less in theater and in film about men and their lest anyone misquote me here. I'm not saying that theater and film have been ignoring men. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in this one particular arena.
Yeah, this is a real right. Yeah, it's Ezra Klein had this podcast recently where he said that it's incredible how so much of this election is about the people, has become about having children, the question of having children and what the decisions to have children mean, what the meanings around that decision are. And in this particular case, we're dealing with, I think it must be like it must be like a new phenomenon because people are having kids later.
Mm.
Yeah, and that so it's like a whole different kind of ball of wax when you're having kids later in life, which more and more people are.
Right.
And so the characters are in their late 30s, early 40s, and they're confronting this question, this dynamic. Yeah.
Got it.
So.
All right. Well, I'm having to pretend I don't know what happens. I saw the play last year, so
yeah, you don't. Yeah,
I don't want to do any spoilers. But okay, let's leave it at that for just.
Let's leave it at that.
Describing the play, but you hop on again next week and give us an update. And I'm encouraging people to get a ticket and go see the play. It's Lakeplay. It's at the Wild Project on East 3rd Street, opening on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Running for 3 weeks.
Excellent.
So
Thank you for having me on, Nathaniel.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Oh, and now it's just me. Hello, everybody. Now back to our regularly. This is how the show usually goes. Hey, everybody. So that was a return to the origins of this show. You remember when this show began a year ago? It was always there were guests. I always had a guest on. Yeah, I woke up with a pain in my throat, which went away, thank God. But then I have a cold, so I haven't had one of those in a long time. Happy Lawson, Herbert Happy Lawson. I'm gonna sneeze. Anytime you're feeling lonely, anytime you're feeling blue, anytime you feel downhearted, that'll prove your love for me is true. Anytime you're thinking about me, that's the time I'll be thinking of you. So anytime you say you want me back again, that's the time I'll come back home to you. All right. Oh, I'm having a little bit of a... I took 2 drugs. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I mixed it. It's like a thank you, Dawn. Yeah, we did have good guests. Excuse me, I'm going to go blow my nose. Please talk amongst yourselves for one moment. Talk amongst yourselves for one moment. I'll be right there. Here I am. I'm coming right back. Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Mary. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. I know there's a debate tonight, so what are we doing? What the hell are we doing in this country? You have this liar, this fascist, who's now, he said, I read it in the Times today, he said that had he been in Pence's place 4 years ago, he wouldn't have certified the election. So he's willing to go outside the Constitution. And as this op-ed writer pointed out, he's an educated lawyer. He knows what the Constitution says. And he knows that the vice president has only a ceremonial role at that moment. So we have a guy who's he has vowed that he will break the law, running against this very competent, intelligent, experienced teacher, coach, governor. Governor? Yeah. Anyway, it's just ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Hey, Rafi, nice to see you. Rafi, who's related to a lot of doctors. So let's read his medical advice. I'm going to take this. I find that always taking 2 drugs is better than 1. A Tylenol PM and a Tylenol AM can take one for a wild ride. If you take a Tylenol AM and a Tylenol PM at the same time, you actually rip a hole in the space-time continuum, and you get caught in a timeless vortex. It's dangerous. Have you actually done that? Yeah, I took some Robitussin, and I took some Sudafed. I took Robitussin and I took Sudafed. It's the speedball of the common cold. I don't know if it worked. I feel fine. I mean, they cancel each other out. Yeah, you're a cosmic warrior. Hey, Dad, how you doing? Dave, yes. I hate medicine. Mary is saying no to taking the Tylenol AM, and Tylenol has come out with a new product. It's called Tylenol Brunch. It's the one that you take in between your Tylenol AM and your Tylenol PM. New Tylenol Brunch, yes. Available in omelet form. All right, maybe we'll do another song. Yeah, I have this cold. I woke up with a pain in my throat, oh boy. That's not nice when that happens. And it's become a little bit of a cough kind of thing. It's up here, it's down here, it's moving around. It doesn't know exactly where it wants to go yet. Tylenol Brunch. Yes, thank you, Mary. Oh, I want to tell you, before I do another song, I want to tell you a tale. I want to tell you a tale of an audition. This morning I did a self-tape with my friend. Yes, Rafi says Tylenol Brunch goes well with a mimosa. PSA, don't drink Tylenol. Don't drink with Tylenol. It's processed by the liver and as is alcohol and create liver Oh, hey, Neuro, how you doing? All right, getting some more medical advice from Rafi. He does work for a large, I won't mention it, but a large healthcare related company. So he's a smart guy, so he kind of knows what he's talking about. But don't take any medical advice from me or from anyone in the chat. If you're taking medical advice, here's a bit of medical advice. Don't take medical advice from people talking about medical stuff in the chat of a YouTube show. Just a good rule of thumb. Okay, so I had an audition for a show called Snowflakes. Does anyone know this show? Snowflakes. TV series. Snowflakes. Yeah, FX has greenlit the comedy series Snowflakes. Let's see what's going on. It's slated to premiere in 2025. Former Tonight Show writers Ben Cronengold and Rebecca Shaw wrote the pilot. Amazing. Nick Kroll is executive producing. He's amazing. Okay, so that's cool. Does it say anything about it? All right, it doesn't say much about it, but it was for the role. It was a fun couple of scenes. But what I did, Neuro, I didn't even have to watch. I didn't have to watch to know that that's what's going on. That's what I said. He's just an absolute inveterate liar and a fascist. And beneath contempt. I don't know how these, the fact that he's, as they say, platformed. He shouldn't be platformed. The only question should be, are you willing to recant the lies you told last week? That should be it. Just hammer him with that. It's unthinkable. Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's hard to resist. But so I did this audition this morning. But what I did is I self taped it in the morning, and then I realized, it's really, I've talked about this, but it's more fun if you can get in the room, even a Zoom room. If you can do a virtual audition with the casting directors, and that's part of the process. That was one of the things that was negotiated in the strike a year and a half ago, which was that the actors have to have an opportunity. There have to be some slots available, even if most people are self-taping their audition. The casting directors have to make some time to actually interact, like do these Zoom auditions with the actors. So that's frequently an option. So after I self-taped, I got an email responding to my inquiry from the morning saying, yeah, we could see you in the afternoon. So I self-taped, but then I didn't submit my takes. That ended up just being a rehearsal, basically, because I then did the audition. But the funny thing was this: two scenes, sort of a medium short scene and a short scene. I worked with my friend Lucas. We worked for about a half hour on it, did a bunch of takes, maybe 25 minutes. Went into the Zoom room with the casting people. There were 4 of them there. And we did one take of the first scene, one take of the second scene. They said, great, thank you. And that was it. It took under 3 minutes. So it's a very different vibe. It's more, I don't know. It's just it's how it always was, and it's kind of how it should be. I have to figure out a way to recreate that vibe, even when I'm self-taping. All right. Anyway, look for it. I don't know if I get a job on it, then really look for it. It's called Snowflakes. Netflix. Okay. And then the other thing, I auditioned for on Monday, yeah, was a movie that involves. It's about Neil Diamond. It's not about Neil Diamond, but it's sort of Neil Diamond is in the world of the movie. It's like a biopic. I think Neil Diamond movie 2025. Mm. Oh well, I see that there seems to be a Neil Diamond Broadway show, which makes sense. Bear with me, thanks. Denim and Diamonds. I think that's the name of the movie. Denim and Diamonds. Yeah, yeah. So I had an audition for this movie. I think it has some big people in it, like playing a a singer-songwriter duo. All right. Okay, that happened. Okay, what are we gonna sing tonight? What are we doing? I'm on drugs. I am on drugs. I'm on Sudafed and Robitussin. So, oh, a Neil Diamond song. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I mean, that's. Let me see. Let me see if that's something that I can handle. There's more dead space. There's more dead space in the show tonight than usual. If you're just tuning in, um, fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. My this cold has my voice sort of heading to the basement, so we can do it like this. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song, let me sing. Suddenly I felt like a wedding singer. I felt like this was like we're at the wedding and this is after the meal. Maybe it's at that lull between the main course and dessert. And then the band hits the stage again and they're like, hey, let's do one more number to get people, to get them dyspeptic while they're digesting. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. Fill my heart with cheese. In other words, you mean this is cheesy, this song? Other words. Or were you making an atherosclerosis comment about food at weddings? In other words, please be true. Oh, this is that key change thing towards the end. In other words, in other words, oh boy, I don't know these chords. I love you. Okay, big ending, not a big ending. All right, that's not a Neil Diamond song. That's a Frank Sinatra, but it's Count Basie. No, that's the album. Who wrote that song? Fly Me to the Moon. Apparently that's a song. That's a movie from 2024. That's pretty low-hanging fruit when you're naming a movie about astronauts to call it Fly Me to the Moon. Yikes. All right, well, maybe it was a good movie. I don't know. Okay, the song is from 1954. It is a 70-year-old song, and it was written by Bart Howard. The first recording of the song was made in 1954 by Kay Ballard. Sinatra's version came out 10 years later and was closely associated with Apollo missions to the moon. Okay, so I kind of stand corrected. There was an actual association between the song and the space program. Fly Me to the Moon, 1954, Bart Howard. Now we know who wrote that song. Okay, let's see. Is there a Neil Diamond song that I could do? And then we'll say goodnight. I think that between the various drugs I'm taking, after the last 8 years, I'm thinking aerosol cheese. Oh, aerosol cheese, nice. Cheese Whiz. That's what that stuff is. Cheese Whiz. Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, Song Sung Blue. I don't know any of these, honestly. I mean, I know them sort of, but I never really listened. Oh, You Don't Bring Me Flowers. We did that a few months ago on the show. All right, I'm going to try to do a Neil Diamond song tomorrow. All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to call it because my I'm having all these things, sneezing, coughing, all that. The list of symptoms from the ad for NyQuil. I'm having some of those. Before I go, I just wanted to tell you I'm reading this book and I'm really loving it. It's a collection, the Penguin Book of Japanese short stories. It's really great. It's edited by Jay Rubin, who is a translator and an author himself and an academic. And the foreword is by none other than Murakami. And it has some great stories in it from, weirdly, one thing I really don't like about it is it doesn't say the date. It doesn't say the date of each story. It's very annoying. I want to know when these stories are from, because some of them are clearly from a century ago, and it goes up to modern times. I want to know when the stories are from. But some of these stories take place in like samurai times, and then it goes into the early 20th century. And the last story I read tonight was just insane. I mean, just an insane, fantastic story. And it is about a guy, a soldier, committing ritual, taking his own life in a ritual fashion. He and his wife both. The story is called Patriotism by Mishima Yukio. Mishima Yukio, Patriotism. It is unbelievable. I've never read anything like it. It describes what goes into the decisions this soldier makes, and then the relationship he has with his wife, and her decision as his partner and as his soulmate to follow him in that horrible act. It's just a crazy story. Patriotism. I recommend it. All right, I'm going to go blow my nose and watch some of the debate, I guess. I appreciate your ears and your eyes. Thank you for tuning in. Check out my friend's play. He came on earlier in the show to promote it. Lakeplay by Drew Valins. Lakeplay by Drew Valins at the Wild Project on East 3rd Street, opening in two nights, Thursday night, for a 3-week run. Thank you, Drew, for coming on the show. Thank you, everybody, for your eyes and your ears. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ethan. This is the No Show. It happens every night at 9 on the East Coast and at 6 for Dave in LA and for Donald in Sacramento and at 8 for Mary in Chicago. Thank you, Mary. And thanks, everybody, for being here. I will see you tomorrow night. Bye.